She's right. So we took the action right to Queen's Park, right to the government, because that's the problem. The problem is the Mining Act. It has to be changed. And political prisoners, we wanted them set free. That's the largest banner I've ever worked with. It's 80 meters long. I'm standing right here. Holding it. And last year, just about this time, May 26, 7, 8, the Native communities decided they were going to come to Queen's Park and camp on the front lawn. And they came and told the security guards, you know, we're going to be here for 4 days. And they said, no, you're not. You can come during the day, but you can't stay overnight. And they said, no, we're not asking your permission. We're just letting you know we're coming. And they backed down. And there's our campsite. We were asked to come and help with security. Our jobs, again, we use violence and shoes and bikes. So we were there helping. There were over 200 people in front. And right in the middle of those 4 days, the appeal of Bob Lovelace and the six from Trout Lake, KI, their lawyers appealed not their guilt, because they were certainly guilty. They admitted that they were in contempt court order. But they appealed that horrible sentence, putting people in jail for political reasons. And the 3 judges agreed and set them free and wiped away all their fines. And so this picture here at the bottom, we're coming back between today's law. Have to consult with First Nations. So it's been effective. All of that public action in front of Queen's Park, everybody going out and saying you've got to change the Mining Act. They're finally going to change the Mining Act. However, go across the border into Quebec, the Algonquins aren't doing as well there. This is Barrier Lake people, and when they set up a blockade, they did bring in the riot squads and beat them with batons and tear gas. And they're still asking the Quebec government to honor their word. The Quebec government told the Algonquins that they would be consulted. And they weren't. And so we're still working with the Barrier Lake people. Okay, any questions about the Algonquins before we move on to some digital pictures of us with the Vice President. That night, our neighbors called us and said, you guys were on television tonight with the Vice President. He used us as a photo op. Internationals come to visit. So we called Mohammed the next day and said, oh, we tried, sorry. This guy wouldn't listen to us. He said, no. They're here this morning. They're giving us the money this morning. Wow. So I guess he did this. We went back there just last week, and now we're going to help him get rid of the mining. We went to a group called Mining Action Group, MAG, and we're trying to get them to go in and take out the rest of those mines. Now I'm going to take you to the other border. This is Turkey up here, and this is Iraq. I'm thinking little town of Sardas. This is a Christian town. Here it is right here, very close to the border. As you can see in this photographic space. And they're shooting at it again from over here. They come over with bombers and drop them also. Here's what it looks like. Only 9 families live here. They're Kurdish Christians. We said, why do you stay here? Because the bombs are still falling here. And they said, well, it was our homes and our livelihood. We said, when's the last time a bomb landed here? He says, well, last week one landed about 100 meters away from our village. Said, where do you go? Where do you take your sheep? He says, there are certain slopes where it's safe, the rockets won't hit. So then he said, look here, see this mountain? This mountain right here? Look at the top. That's a Turkish military base in Iraq. That's not on Turkish soil, that's on Iraqi soil. And there's spies, there's intelligence agents, they're watching every village, who's where. And they're the ones who direct the bombers to come in and drop their bombs. And then he said, look across the valley. There's a village here called Helawat. It's a Muslim village and it's totally empty. Nobody lives there. Why? Well, look at the top of the hill here. This is a Turkish military base in Iraq. As we left, we came down the mountain, and here's another Turkish military base. Right above the biggest city, well, it's not a city, it's a town. Kanimasi, it's got about 7,000 or 8,000 people. So these people are there directing the bombing of these villages. And our work is human rights work. And we're drawing attention to the bombing and trying to get it stopped. We do human rights documentation, we work through the UN, send the documentation to the UN. We're trying to put pressure on Turkey and the United States. Because Turkey would not do this if the United States said don't. They're allies. But the United States has agreed that those rebels in the mountains are terrorists. And therefore Turkey has the right to bomb them. Even if it's displacing hundreds of villages. I'm talking about hundreds of villages. I'm talking about thousands of people are being displaced from their homes and their villages. And our job is just to tell that story. That's all we do. What do we have left in time? We have time for one more story?
Yeah, there's 15 minutes.
Just go until then.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions about any of that? Nobody knows what we said. You didn't know that, did you? We're on the ground. That's the work we do. We go on the ground, we work with the grassroots, we find out what's happening, and then we try to get in the way of the violence, whatever way we can. This way, I think we'll stop there. I don't think we have time for another one. So, if you write your snail mail address, we'll send you out our newsletter 4 times a year, and you can read it. So, we got a pretty good website too. And as you begin to do more and more learning about nonviolence, we do trainings. We train people in how to non-violently reduce the violence that you see around you. So we can help you with that. And then when you get to be 18, you can go on a delegation. A delegation, you can go to the Olympics. We're sending 2 delegations up to grassy areas in Canada. One is August and October. So there's lots of things you can do. Number 1, get connected so that you hear the other side of the story. The media doesn't give you a lot of facts because the media, your television, your radio, and your newspapers, all the news has to go through filters before it gets published. And one of the filters is a pro-Israeli filter. So you won't hear very many good things about Palestine. You hear you'll hear lots of good things about Israel, because there's a very strong pro-Israeli lobby in Canada. And in Iraq, the filter is what the U.S. wants you to hear. People on the ground can tell you other stories. In Ontario, the government doesn't want you to know how the First Nations are being treated by the government policies. So you don't get in the news very often. So you've got to get connected to alternative sources of news.
And that way they can cut the lumps. I've got to cut it in the
Pretty interesting, eh?